Hey guys, Calvin Russell here, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the excellent credit score range, okay? I know we always talk about 850, hence the name, right? But at the same time, excellent credit is anything on the low end of 800 to the high end of 850. Here's the thing. I won't necessarily say that this range is overrated. It's just one of those things where people have like a life goal to kind of get to. But if you're like, I would say the average person where you're kind of, you're buying things, you're moving things around, you're not really going to always be in the 800s like that. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you can't ever get there. But the 800s is more of a straight, I want say a straight line, but more of a just habits. Everything's being paid on time. You're not really looking for any new credit. You got high limit credit cards, but you're not really taking advantage of it. You use them here and there to keep the relationships going because you understand that you got to have an average age of accounts of 8 to 11 years. You got 5 to 7 accounts. You got a mix of accounts, which means you may have an auto loan or some type of loan. Then you have revolving accounts, which are credit cards or lines of credit. So just little things like that play a role, in that score range. But you also have the right expectations. Interest rates are going to be no different than what they were 100, maybe about 50 points ago. But for the most part, everything's gonna be about the same. It's really just trying to creating that goal and say, okay, this is where I'm going to be. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to end up being at. And that's huge, guys, because a lot of people end up missing out on opportunities such as that one. So just because they don't have things in place, they don't have things lined up. And you can easily do that just by making sure that certain things are lined up a certain way. And you just want to just keep doing what you're doing. You don't want to add any new accounts. You don't. Any little slight thing can throw off the pace that you're on. And this is where people start actually making extremely good decisions. But sometimes things can be too good. Like, so I'm gonna give you an example. Having an auto loan and paying off the auto loan early just because you have the extra income to do so. That's an extremely good thing to do. The problem is the algorithm does not like when you pay off loans early. And when you do that, it hurts your credit score, unfortunately, simply because that loan has now closed before the period that it was expecting to, and the algorithm recognizing that, even though it's a good life move. But the little things like that is to support the banking industry. They want to kind of ding you simply because, well, the algorithm wants to kind of take a few points away, I should say, simply because the algorithm is made for the bank to say, hey, why'd you pay that off so soon? Let's make a little bit more money as long as we can. We only got 3 payments left. I don't care. I want that interest money, So, and that's what you don't necessarily hear, but that's what the algorithm is saying. And so you just got to be careful here. Just make sure that everything that you're doing is, on pace. You've obviously been doing what you've been needing to do. People are going to start asking you, they start asking really at every credit level to co-sign things of that sort. This is that point where you have to protect your credit. You have to make sure that the decision that you're making is going to support your overall credit goal. You may not have a goal to get to 850. You may just be good being where you are, but you most definitely can make that happen. And again, the most important thing to focus on is creating good habits, but the most important things to focus on is going to be average credit length history. Remember, you need that 8 to 11 years of credit year history with 5 to 7 accounts open, a good mix, per usual. But again, just make sure you keep everything the way you've been doing it, keeping an eye on those balances. All of that plays a role. All right. So, of course, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe as we got nothing but great content well on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.